What the fuck happened?
What? Seriously, kill yourself. Just bullet to the head. You deserve it. Die.
Poor Lana. Everyone who even came near that movie, just their careers are going to suffer from it. Most of all, Eddie Redmayne for Norman.
That might cost him the Oscar for this movie.
Yeah,
has nothing to do with his actual Oscar.
Babar, the elephant.
Do you think maybe he went full Hawking and he just couldn't get out of it? Is that possible?
He couldn't return.
He just couldn't return.
No, actually, no. I think he made Jupiter Ascending before Theory of Everything, correct?
Yeah, he did.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Jupiter Ascending was the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. Easily.
It was
easily
the worst I've seen in the last couple of years.
What's going on in that movie? I want to call Lana and be like, hey, what the hell was going on?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, I love The Matrix. Why don't you make me some more of that?
For real, how do you get from Bound, The Matrix?
Seriously,
even Speed Racer. We've discussed this a million times.
Yeah.
Most people hate Speed Racer. I love Speed Racer. How do you go from Speed Racer to
Rocket
vomit?
Well,
it's vomit.
Speed Racer was their first movie that they started to lose money, even though it had a following on video. Cloud Atlas, same thing. Didn't do well in theaters, but it had a following on video. This is just a colossal failure on so many levels, not just commercially, but artistically for them, because even people that are diehards of theirs are turning on them, and they've become the butt of a joke.
Yeah.
That's me.
I'm a diehard Wachowski fan.
I even stood by the Matrix sequels.
Right. I mean, they aren't...
They're years ahead of this movie.
Yeah. They are. They're way far ahead of what Jupiter Ascending is.
Oh, my God.
And the one thing that's really puzzling to me is with Bound and The Matrix, Speed Racer, Cloud Atlas, there's a certain... control or disciplined tonality to their films that is just, it has a really great vibe to it. I mean, in my opinion. And in Jupiter Ascending, it just fell apart completely. There's
in every scene.
There's no continuity between the scenes as far as tone goes. It's just all over the place. It can't decide what it is at all.
It's terrible.
We've got all these ideas. We're just gonna throw everything into the kitchen sink and hope it comes out at the end of the sinkerator.
That's what I said. I was like, there's a cauldron, and Lana knocked it over. She was like, shit, we gotta make this movie now.
Like, nobody, like Andrew was saying, nobody came out of this film alive, for real. I mean, not saying that Mila Kunis is like some great actress or anything, but she looks horrible in this movie. Channing Tatum off of Foxcatcher, who is awesome, looks totally ridiculous in this movie. Michael Giacchino, who scored the film, who has done amazing scores for Lost and Star Trek, lots of spectacular movies, absolutely misused, completely terrible.
A lot of his music sounded just like a total ripoff of Predator. Like the main theme is dun 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 dun. And I'm thinking Arnold's going to come out and start roaring for the Predator to come get him.
What about the director? What do you think he's going to actually do?
Who?
Or not the director. He's a director, Terry Gilliam.
Oh,
because he was in it, right? Didn't he have something to do with this?
I don't know.
Not to do with it. He just had a cameo.
Right.
Okay. I thought maybe he
That's
had
another
some
problem
sort
with the
of,
tonality too. They decided to just throw this
whole.
whole scene that makes zero sense in the context of the film.
We just want to do a Brazil homage. And we're going to do a total homage right down to Gilliam being in it.
The beast.
How did it get this far, really? Like, how... I would have loved to have been in that room when they pitched this ridiculous pile of shit
to
whoever wanted to listen to it.
Okay.
It's got a Channing Tatum half man, half dog. It's like Barf from Spaceballs. Magic Mike as Barf. You're going to love it.
So we got this Mog on invisible roller skates that flies through the air, and then we got fucking elephants that are piloting starships, and
you've got these dragon dinosaurs that look out of an Xbox video game doing karate chops with their wings.
And in the middle of it, there's bees.
Yeah.
And then you got Stephen Hawking.
Not the bees! Not the bees!
I want to know how much they had to pay Stephen Hawking to be in this movie. And how the hell did they get him to stand up, walk, and talk, and wear a costume? It's amazing.
His ALS.
What's that?
Lana cured his ALS.
With her uterus?
Oh my god.
For real though, how did it get this far? How did a film this ridiculous go unchecked.
It's a mess.
Well, it was almost, from what I had understood, the CEO of Warner Brothers that championed their films from the beginning, The Matrix and on, he stepped down right around the time they greenlit it, so there was no one really in there to say, guys, don't do this. This is not working.
Right, but they're smart enough. Look what they've made.
You would think so.
You would think.
What the hell?
So why did this happen? It's so perplexing. I don't get it. This movie's fucking horrible. How did it go? How did it go from making The Matrix to this pile of shit? How does that happen?
Well, there were also, from what I know, they were test screening it, and it did not do well with test audiences.
Not at all.
Duh.
So what did they do? They throw more money at it. That'll fix it. It's like putting lipstick on a pig. At the end of the day, it's still going to do for shit.
Love to
that sounds kind of sexy. Muterus.
You're welcome.
Even the special effects were bad. There's almost nothing redeemable about this film.
It was probably the ugliest film I've watched in IMAX 3D.
It looks like a parody of itself.
It's the ugliest $180 million budget film I've ever seen. What is it, 170 maybe million?
They also spent a ton on marketing the movie.
Right. How can you put that much money into a film and have it look that bad at least?
Yeah.
You know? It's so weird.
Well, it's just weird that nobody said, okay, we've already spent $100 million on this thing. Pull the plug because this thing is not going to make any money. Pull the plug now, be done with it. But no, we're going to give you another $82 million. You go and finish this piece of shit. And then we're going to release it, and it's going to make, what did we say, $36 million?
Yeah. And
total.
And along the way, let's throw in a few more ideas that may or may not work.
This movie would have to make $150 million in Blu-ray and on-demand sales in order to make its money back. In the least.
It's not going to happen. The word of mouth is so bad from it.
So because of this epic failure of a movie, what is going to happen to the Wachowskis now?
They're going to be executed.
To the guillotine.
Public execution.
It could be a blessing in
Oscars
disguise.
Sunday night.
Because they could do another Bound, another modestly budgeted picture that won't be reliant on CGI.
I would hope so, anyway. I would hope that, because they are with Warner Brothers, I hope that there is something smaller that they can do to at least maybe redeem some of the money that a lot of the money that they're going to be losing with Jupiter Ascending.
They have a lot of penance ahead of them.
Honestly, my opinion is another Matrix movie. That would be the one thing they could do if they could pull it back, pull the reins in a little bit tighter.
I actually didn't consider that.
And do another Matrix movie.
They recycled
Matrix Light.
They recycled so many tropes from the Matrix, like Mila Kunis being the one, and the flying sequences where Channing Tatum's doing the slow motion roundhouse kicks and the bullet time. They just kept recycling half-baked tropes of their own material.
But it was said before this that they were considering doing another Matrix movie. If they could do it and do it well, that could be...
That actually Warner Brothers might make them do that.
They may be like, okay, listen, we're going to spare you the public execution. We'll spare you that. We will not electrocute you or, give you poison or
make you
you watch another Matrix movie for this one.
Yeah, or take away your muterus. And
see, even if they do make another Matrix movie like right after this, I really think, well, I don't know. You'd think that people have lost faith in the Wachowskis by now, with Speed Racer not being successful, Cloud Atlas not being successful, and then, of course, Jupiter Ascending being abnormally horrible for them, that Warner Brothers are probably not going to let them do the Matrix right away. I'm thinking that they're going to have them do something smaller, or because of this is kind of wishful thinking, I guess, or with the DC universe picking up, they might direct something that isn't theirs, that's written by somebody else, produced by somebody else. And,
Lord.
I don't know.
You have to prove yourself.
Okay, Wachowskis. Here's your movie.
They're going to have to start all over again.
Here's what's going to happen. Lana. They're going to give the Wachowskis the Wonder Twins movie.
The Wonder Twins? Or Spider Pig.
Spider Ham.
Spider Ham, there we go. Peter Porker.
Peter Porker.
Wow.
All right. This is the Movie Sleuth. This is Jesse. And suck all of our...